you're a little bit. There we go.
There's got to be a way to zoom out on this stupid camera. We got to figure that out before next week. Because we can't be all silly. What's up, Kitty? Kitty in the hat. Look at my cover.
It's filthy. We gotta clean it.
David, Terry, Josh.
You need to do
Homestead
something.
for life, baby.
You need to do something about them those glasses. Need to go. There you go.
You don't like my glare?
Well, it's just distracting.
I'm sorry, you're easily distracted.
You have no idea.
You know, in like 2nd grade, this means I like you a lot.
You know, I'm growing my hair long for you, but you know that very quickly it's going to get chopped off if you keep it up.
Uh-oh. Amanda says we are needed today. C. Dean in the house.
What's up?
Troll Slayer.
Ah! Jesus. Sorry.
No matter how much you try to get organized.
Well, I mean... just kind of waiting on everybody to pile in.
Come on in, grab a seat, grab some tea.
Hello, Mary. Oh, there goes the yarn.
Grab your tea and... Hi, Miss Michelle. Andy, come on in.
What up?
Grab a seat, grab a glass of tea.
Cleaned out the mailbox for you.
Love you, mean it. It's kind of hard to put your mail in there today. Just saying.
I think she was a little distracted with everything she's got going on right now.
Yeah.
She has 11 puppies.
Today was the first day I did not have a package for her.
Wow.
I was kind of upset. I was a little bit heartbroken. I mean, every Saturday I have a package I get to take to her house. Last Saturday, they weren't even there. I tooted the horn, knocked on the door, nobody came. But there was a young lady out riding a horse. So I figured they were out there working the horses. But I didn't even get to see them, so...
What's the blank is up with this top chat? I know, you gotta change it.
What?
Wait a minute, hold on. We need to change ours too. Hold on.
What?
It does this like top chat versus live chat.
What's the difference?
I don't know. I'm waiting on my Amazon boxes.
What Amazon boxes? You didn't have any today.
Not today.
So, only cool people show up. Aloha!
Filters that you did. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is crap.
Simply Times Homestead. Hello and welcome.
He said that's why you could see what I said.
Ricky Wallace.
On your feet, the army is here. Hello, Mr. Wallace. Where's your new mug?
Oh, I know. It's too hot.
It's in the car. Yeah.
It's too hot outside. I'm going to talk about that in a minute.
Oh. They were supposed to be here today. I guess the post office lost them.
More likely the Amazon guy got lost. Heather Russo is in the house.
Oops, sorry. Pardon me.
You don't want me. So, Ricky Wallace, I got a thing for you this evening. Just like everybody that is a producer. If you produce something, you are really going to love tonight's show. Andy, pay attention.
He always pays attention. What are you talking about?
No, I don't.
Pay attention.
Josh, you really need to pay attention. I know how you get, brother.
Squirrel!
You need to focus tonight. Kitty, you're just getting something going.
Uh-huh. Am I the only one buffering? No one else has said anything.
Nobody else has said anything, and we've got a green bar, so pretty sure it's all you. Love you, man.
All your fault, Amanda.
All your fault, Amanda. Okay, so we've waited about 5 minutes. Let everybody come on in, and those that are coming in, hello.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
¿Cómo está?
Bonjour, bonjour.
Oh, heck. Bonjour, bonjour.
Tanya Turner says she's buffering a little.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I mean, we did trust Ladessa to change everything. Just saying. Too many people get to buffering. Please let us know, and Mama Bear will run in and check the connection.
Hello, Teresa.
All right, so we're back, baby. We're like the Ghostbusters 2. We're back. We just need some theme music that won't get us copyrighted. So, but it's not going to be the old Robin and Jason on a Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna have some structure.
No.
Probably not. We're gonna do our best.
We're gonna try to herd cats. That's what we're gonna do. Just saying. Right? I mean, with this group in here, we love these people.
Yeah.
But we get on a topic, and it's like...
Tommy, this is a good show for you to be in because you are a producer also.
No yarn cutting allowed either.
In my house.
Not in my house.
Not in my house.
But I liked the old Robin. Oh, you still get the old Robin, sweetheart. Yeah. This Robin ain't changing. I forgot it was a Saturday, thinking it was Sunday.
Teresa Dean's in the house.
Yeah, structure. Isn't that a bad word for you?
So, what we're going to do in our new live shows is...
Jason doesn't love me. Yes, he does.
We are going to try to talk about a current event for a little while. And then we're going to do a project, which we didn't get the stuff. We need to call in and tell the girls to bring us the stuff.
What are we making again?
I told you we were going to make it.
I don't know what you're doing. I'm so
so there will be yarn cutting up in this piece tonight.
No, there won't. Oh, yeah, there will. Yes, Teresa, I will Facebook you after the show.
And, well, you know what? Let's just dive into it.
Dive into
it.
I'm putting on my snorkel.
Okay. Do you want to... See, this is why I just don't even try anymore. No. Why don't you run and go get the stuff that we need?
Oh my gosh, why are you abusing me?
Really? You punched me like 3 times and trying to make it like you were stretching yarn out. We're going to need 2-liter bottles, the yarn, the dirt's already out here, and some scissors.
Suburban said, you cut her yarn, I'm getting in the car.
You better go on and get it, because whatever yarn you don't want to use.
I know.
Okay. So. Wasabi. Alright. So, this is what we're going to do. Okay? We're going to talk about some current events, stuff that's in the news. Then we're going to do a project on the live show. Now, this is where we reel you guys in. Okay? After we do our project, we're dropping a challenge on y'all. Okay? And whoever meets that challenge, your name will go into a hat. Okay? And then next week, we're going to draw a name out of that hat. The person names that we draw, whether it's 1, 2, depends on what we're giving away, is how many stuffs we're going to give away. We're going to give away something. Okay? Then we're going to kind of catch you guys up a little bit on what's going around here on our homestead and what things that we've kind of got going on. We're going to do a book review on books that we are reading or we have read here on our homestead, and we're going to have a trap of the week. With that trap of the week comes a discount to purchase said trap. Dun, 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 dun. Plus, Now, let me rewind for a second. Once we do the basically it's a sustainable living challenge is what it's going to be. Okay. When we draw that hat, now in that box will be the prize. But also, this is where if you are a producer, if you produce goods, things, you know, like Miss Patty with her sourdough bread, Ricky Wallace with his knives, Josh with his blacksmithing, all the stuff that he produces. Kitty, are we allowed to talk about what you got going on? You know, you guys, I want business cards. I got some from M.I. Gardner. Wow, business cards. I got some Ricky Wallace business cards.
But
okay?
Only a couple. We need.
I need more, Ricky.
If you want to spare them, I'm just saying.
And what we're going to do, bam! When we send out the prize, of course, every time we send out something, we put one of our business cards in there. Okay, but we're also going to put one of your business cards in this box. Free advertising for y'all. Bam. So, if I get enough of them, if you guys send me enough of your business cards, I may just put Making It Rain in the box of business cards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Right.
What's up, Dr. Purple? Dr. Purple in the house.
What's up?
Yeah. So, bam! If you need our address to send the business cards to us, and here's the thing, even if you, let me just back it up for a second.
Back it up.
Back it up. Whoop whoop. If you're not a producer, but you purchase from somebody all the time, like let's say you buy from Patty and Tommy all the time,
Right.
right? Contact them and
tell them.
have them send either you business cards or give them our address and have them send us business cards. You send us a message and say, hey, I reached out to Alderman Farms, or I reached out to Kitty because I'm loving Kitty's yarn. And bam.
Right.
I contacted them to send you some business cards.
We need some oil.
Now, if you would like, no pressure, but if you would like to send us something to give away as a free gift that is something that you produce, we will do that also. And we will talk all kinds of crazy about it there as a free gift also.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Whew. All that done.
Okay, I'm going to stop crocheting so that everybody doesn't see just the top of my head. Right now. Okay. So.
Alright, so this week, for our current event thing, those of you on Facebook, how many of you guys saw that post that was going around about the butcher?
And it's not a new post.
No.
I did some research on it, and it's been recirculated. I think I saw, was it like 2015? Is that what I sent you, the article?
Yeah.
I think. Anyway, it's been around for a little while, so it's not something new that's come out.
No, but this butcher openly admitted that when they see cancer in, like, pork, for example,
right,
they'll squeeze it out, cut it out, wash it out, and still serve that meat to the public.
Mm-hmm.
That got my wheels a turning. If they do that, what else do they do? And you want to know what I found out?
A lot.
Yeah. But let me read to you what else I learned. Now, we knew from
Right.
different classes that we took that the FDA approved certain list of chemicals like ammonia, different gases, and stuff like that to quote unquote clean your
They call
meat.
it it's a disinfectant. And they have, and I don't know if this is still true, because to be fair, when we saw this document, it was back in 2012.
Mhm.
It is now 2018. Jason and I have tried looking everywhere to find this, and we can't find it. So either they've buried it,
they've even taken it down.
they've taken it down, or whatever. But the sheer fact of the matter is that there was a document that was quite big that the USDA, because there's USDA and there's FDA. USDA mostly deals with the meats. And
they're like Arby's.
So
they got the meat.
So they deal with all of the handling of meats. They have an approved list that they still make available for surface cleaners, but then they also have approved cleaners for the meats after they've been processed to rinse them off, to kill any kind of bacteria or anything like that.
Right. And most of us have probably read Michael Pollan's Omnivore's Dilemma, and we've seen Food Incorporated, Food Matters, and a couple of other those documentaries that are floating around on Netflix.
And if you haven't,
you need to watch them.
Those are some you need to watch. The one that I always think of, because we're talking about pork, is that it was horrible. But most of it was because we had already seen a lot of the information. We already knew about it. But I think if you didn't know the information, it wouldn't have been as bad. But it was called The River of Waste.
Yes.
And it it just...
Now, believe it or not, beef is safe for right now, at least with a lot of the stuff that I read. What I'm fixing to ruin you on is hot dogs.
Oh.
Hot dogs. Okay, this is what I found out about hot dogs. I had to write this down because I almost lost my stuff. Okay, hot dogs that are labeled pork only hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Right? A percentage of them, like 67%, also had horse meat.
Huh.
Not just pork, but they had horse meat.
Hmm.
Okay? Now, this is where it gets a little bit gross. Okay? 2% of those that were labeled pork only, not only did they have horse meat in there, but they had traces of human DNA in there.
Mm.
Okay? Now, other hot dogs that had, that said that they were not, beef and pork or beef, pork
like
and
all the different ones.
Right? They usually only listed one type of meat, but they contained bunches of different types of meat.
Mm-hmm. So it's all the dregs of...
Right.
Right.
Now, this is where it really... Now, Josh is like me. So, Josh, if you've got to pee, this is where you got to run and go pee, because this is absolutely hilarious to me. All your vegan and vegetarian hot dogs, 67% of those hot dogs, when they were tested, they had some type of food-borne illness in them. They had hygiene problems.
Oh, wow.
2/3 2/3 of the vegan vegetarian hot dogs
had meat in them.
And it was a lot of human DNA.
Okay, so Michelle has a good question. How does it have horse meat when the slaughterhouses for horses have been closed in the U.S.? And all horses for slaughter have to be sent to Mexico?
Well, as far as I know, didn't President Obama open it back up to be able to start to slaughter horses?
I don't know.
I think he did that. But see, That's the thing. A lot of our meat and stuff doesn't come from here in the U.S.
It's from everywhere.
It's from everywhere else. That's what a lot of people don't know is, just like the chicken that you eat. Most of that chicken now was raised here, but then some of it is getting shipped to China to be processed and then shipped back. That's why the price of chicken is starting to go up. But yeah, when I read that about the hot dogs.
That's why horse prices are lower, because we can't send the ones to slaughter anymore.
I thought he opened it up.
I don't know.
What? That's one of the things that a lot of America is starting to call for is to label our food. We want mandatory labels, not just with the GMOs, but with everything that's in it.
Well, and then the thing that was surprising to me as we were trying to dig through all the USDA stuff, I ran across, I'm real big on essential oils, and something caught my eye about bergamot. Back in 2012, there was actually a proposed use for bergamot to be able to be used as an antimicrobial to be able to clean the meats after they've been processed. And I thought, well, wow,
what Tommy wrote. Now, Michelle said that there was a petition to open the slaughter, but it was denied. And she would know because she's big into horses. So Tommy says the next time someone offers me a Frank, I'll think, wonder what his last name was. That's funny. So, but that's one of the things that we need to bring this back full circle. You and I got ourselves educated about our food system a long, long time ago. And we started diving into...
Well, and there's way more out there.
Yeah. We started diving into what's going into our food.
Mm-hmm.
Why are children being born with birth defects? A lot of you guys have been doing this for a long time. No, I have another daughter, and she had a tremendous amount of birth defects.
Mm-hmm.
And the more we started digging, the more we realized it was because of what me and her mother ate. And that's what's kind of catapulted us into trying to live this get on the sustainable road to it that eventually leads to self-sufficiency.
And I guess my thing is, you were talking about labels. At the end of the day, labels are, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, asking a government agency to label the food is no different than asking them to make good gun laws. It's just not gonna do any good. It doesn't matter. It's just not. Because I always go back to the quote from John Mayer's song, when you own the information...
Good luck, Tommy. Don't smash your thumb.
You can bend it all you want. So if you've got somebody who's producing these labels and the government agency is the one inspecting it, they can take that information and twist it whichever way they want and slap it on a label.
That's true.
I just don't see where labeling is the solution. The solution is what we were talking about. Get out there and raise your own. Or find somebody that you can trust that does raise their own.
There it is, because not everybody can have 21 acres.
No.
Or 10 acres. Or an acre.
Or I'm reading a new book, because, we're going to start reviewing books and stuff, and I'm reading a new book. And I was even reading in this book where they were like, oh, you can raise a pig on this amount. And it was in one sentence, it's talking down about CAFOs, but then in the next sentence, at least as far as I've gotten so far, it's only talking about giving it less than the size of this room to live off of. And I'm like...
One pig?
Yeah. And like a butcher pig, like a 250-pound pig. You're going to be pouring feed. You're not going to be you're not going to be a sustainable area for 6 to 8 months to get that
Or are they
pig to
moving it,
butcher
or just
it.
like
No, it was just an
yeah,
area.
but it depends on what they're pouring to it. They could be growing
that's
fodder.
fine.
They could be growing fodder feed and
right.
pouring
So,
it to it.
but anyway, it's just when you start to realize all the information of what is going on in the food industry. Because starting in the 60s is when they started mass producing with all these CAFO stuff, started kind of...
In the 70s?
No, it started in the 60s. The demand started in the 60s, and then it started piping up into the 70s. But the thing is that once that started happening, our food supply started being adulterated constantly. And it just gets worse and worse because the demand, we think we just got to eat more and more and more. And it's just, I mean, look at the way that an average American's plate looks. The way it should look versus the way it does look.
I don't want to show what my plate looks like.
How much meat goes on somebody's plate? And how much meat should go on somebody's plate? Just saying.
See, these are called canines.
Oh, I know they're canines, but my point is that our body is not meant to eat all meat.
Why we got an appendix?
Why can we live without it?
Well, an appendix is there to help you digest raw meat. We learned how to cook. That's why we learned to live without it. But anyway.
And the size of the plates have increased as well. That's exactly correct.
So, guys, do your own research. And start to learn about where your food comes from. Because that was the one thing, you know, right now everybody's screaming back and forth about guns, and there is just no way to have a decent conversation about that really anywhere. So I was not going to be touching guns.
I'm not touching guns either. I'm just saying I'm using a topic that everybody's been going crazy about. But and saying it's not much different.
And same way with the big story about who Donald Trump slept with like 20, 30 years ago. I don't care about that.
Who cares?
I don't care. That was 30 years ago. Please, let's not bring up who I slept with 30 years ago.
You were like 10. I hope you weren't sleeping with anybody. You can't have my guns or my human hot dogs.
You know, so this was the one that it also really related to homesteading and raising your own food that I wanted a conversation started about it. And I want you guys to think about this and start to do your own. I know one of the things that this article has done for me is I'm starting to research on how we can make our own hot dogs. What do I need to be able to make my own Frank?
Human lives matter.
Okay, so now let's transition into our project of the week. Now, how this is going to go, okay? As you guys know, at the end of every show for the longest time, we've always been talking about reuse, recycle, repurpose, right? So, I got to thinking. None of y'all don't know. If you don't know what to do with some of this stuff, you know? Stuff can build up kind of quick, and the recycle man ain't coming around enough, or you ain't got the time to do this, right? So what kind of stuff can we do to help keep this stuff out of the landfills? Make it productive for us that's practical. Now, tonight we're going to be making self-watering containers out of 2-liter bottles. Okay?
You only need one. Why did you say we needed two?
I didn't know if you wanted to make your own.
Oh, I don't want to make my own.
And we're going to transplant an aloe plant into this. Now, there are a lot of videos out there about what to do with different type of things that you can do. This one's going to be a self-watering container, and next week we'll do different types of other type of planters that we can do with this.
Okay, so Donna says I don't drink pop. Well, you may not, but I guarantee you somebody you know does.
Yeah. All you got to do is ask around, and somebody has some of these laying around. All you really got to do is drive down the street, and you can find one on the side of a road.
Mm-hmm.
So. You better scissors. No, I want you to do it. You do about it. I'll talk. Now, a self-watering container is awesome to have. Robin did this in her preschool, and they grew. Man, y'all grew just about everything, didn't you?
Lettuce, tomatoes, peppers. The peppers turned out really, really nice. The peppers turned out really good. The lettuce was nice because, you know, lettuce only takes about, what, 30, 40 days from the time you plant it to the time you're ready to start harvesting. So, and what's nice about these is that you can move them. You know, what I would do is on the weekends, I wouldn't leave them outside. And so what we would do is we would pick them up and bring them in, and they're nice enough that you don't have to, you can just pick it up and move it inside. It's not something you gotta, you know, these seed trays and stuff, you kind of have to balance them and things like that. And, so I don't know that I'd recommend it for, you definitely don't want to do it for like a root vegetable, because the cucumber's not gonna, not a cucumber, a carrot's not gonna really grow really wide. A cucumber, carrot, whatever. Are you channeling my cousin?
Well, you just said a cucumber as a root vegetable.
I meant carrot.
We lost all credibility right there.
Carrot. I meant carrot.
Yeah.
So
as Robin's doing this first thing, what she's done so far is she has taken the label off. Now, she's cutting this just about in half. Okay? That's what she's doing right now. Now, while she's doing that, I'm going to talk about the challenge. Okay. Our challenge to you out there, every last one of you, is this week. You have from tonight until, let's say, 5 o'clock Saturday. Next Saturday. To make one of these, take a picture, put it either on our Facebook group, put it on your own Instagram, but you have to hashtag it with Big Bear Homestead. And then notify us so we can go and
or tag us in it. Just tag us in the comments.
Tag us in the comments.
Yeah, if you tag us in the comments, that'll be the best way. We would love for you to hashtag it, but in order for us to see it, we need you to tag. We need you to tag us in it.
I want Big Bear Homestead, hashtag Big Bear Homestead. I want that hashtag going crazy. You can email us a picture at bigbearfarms@hotmail.com. I would say you could even put the picture on this thread, but I don't think you can put pictures in the comments on YouTube.
I don't know.
I don't know if you
never
can.
tried.
Okay, so, but that's the challenge. And then you're, what was I getting ready to say? Bass distracted me. All right, so that's the challenge.
Can't put pictures in the comments. Okay, so we started out with a full bottle.
And then we said, what?
And then I cut it. Okay, so you cut it in about half. And it doesn't have to be perfect. But then what you're going to do is you're essentially going to turn it upside down like that. Okay? Now, obviously, that's not the rest of it. The next thing is you're going to save your lid. Do you have your knife on you?
The cap.
Yeah, your cap, on your cap. And all you're going to do...
Hey, I found my pipe tobacco.
I'm going to cut myself. Oh. So normally my lovely husband would have like a kniffy or a. Well, can you put a hole in that? I don't know if you can.
I put a hole in it.
Whose kniffy is that?
I'll stab you right in the heart.
From?
This is my K-bar.
Oh, is that's
this K-bar came from keeping it Dutch.
Keeping it Dutch. Please don't cutting your finger off, please. Yeah, so you could take a drill. Oh God. You can take a drill. No, no, I can do the rest of it. You need either, if you have a drill, that's fine.
You're gonna cut. You talking about me?
I'm not. I'm fine. But basically what you want to do, and I liked Kitty's idea. She said a soldering iron or something that will.
Oh yeah, that's what we should have done. Is hooked up the wood burner.
So basically, what you want is, you see, there's a hole in there.
There's a hole. There's a hole in the center of the cap.
Okay, so where did we put the yarn at?
I didn't put the yarn anywhere. You didn't give it to me.
I just brought it out here.
I'm sorry, but you didn't give it to me.
Oh, right here. So I just finished a project and I had to cut it off. I had to whip stitch it. So I had a little bit of leftover Karen yarn. Normally I would not advocate using really nice yarn, but I had some left over and I can't use it for anything else. But so
yarn is yarn.
Anyway, so what you do? You did not just say yarn is yarn. We're losing a bunch of subs right now. I can hear them going. Okay, so yeah, use Red Heart. I'm a yarn snob too, so I'm definitely there with you. But basically what you're going to do.
Blasphemy.
Is you're going to put the yarn through the hole, and then you're going to have to make a thick enough knot, depending on how big your hole is. You'll want to make your knot pretty big so that it doesn't go through the hole that you made. So anyway, so then all you're going to do is, you don't need a whole lot of yarn. These are my scissors that don't have the spring in them. My kids broke them. So essentially all you're going to do is you're going to put the lid, the cap, back on. And I always leave a little bit of the yarn in the bottle. And then you just screw it back on. And then all you'll do is you make sure that your lid's on really good. And then you just put water in the bottom. And you put that yarn down in there in the water. And what will happen is, as the plant needs the water, it will soak up the water through the yarn into the
Whoa!
What? Oh, look who that is.
Look who it is!
Cockeyed. Nice.
Cockeyed Homestead. In the
Suburban
house.
says, I'm screaming here, use cotton yarn.
That is true. Cotton yarn does work the best.
Yes.
But we don't have cotton yarn.
Well, yeah. So, anyway.
Alright, so get some dirt and we're out of plant.
Okay.
Chop, chop.
I'm going to chop you in a minute.
Look. It's not like I said go make a sandwich.
Where's the aloe plant?
That could have been ugly.
Where's the aloe at?
Hey, Crack baby. Look, you see the little green thing on the shelf?
Oh, yeah. This thing that doesn't even really resemble a plant because it's about to die. That was fast. Oh. Yes, the video will be posted later. Was that a heads up?
For Rizzle.
Okay, so
Alright, take all the dead stuff.
I'm taking the dead stuff.
So let's pour some of the potty mix in there.
This one's even gonna send off a shoot.
Ain't gonna help me right now. Flying blind here.
Oh my god, you're making a mess.
Well, you want from me, woman? Dirt. Okay, that should be good for it now.
Although I think your grandfather would be more than happy to have potting soil on his desk.
Yeah, he would.
Okay.
Alright, so now we're going to take this lovely shoot of aloe. I'm going to stick it in there.
So she's wanting to know if Miracle Grow is GMO. I'm not really worried about it with the aloe.
I'm not eating aloe.
Mm-mm. We don't. We don't use the...
Bam. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's planted. I probably want to raise it up just a little bit more.
Well, the other thing you could do is just cut... We could cut some of the plastic down.
I'm going to raise it up.
Yeah. If you can eat... You can drink aloe juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Supposed to help. No, it actually supposed to help with some stuff. You're constipated.
No, I'm not.
I said if you're constipated, it helps.
And why would you be putting that all out on the web anyway? Okay. So that's how you make a self-watering container. Now, y'all are quick to call somebody out, boy. Oh, so is the Miracle Grow GMO? But quick. Reason why I'm using this is because all my compost went on my garden.
Yeah. And that stuff is important. We're going to eat that.
Yep.
So
then, right, you just take this out now. Can you bring the water over here?
Nope.
Woman?
I'm going to woman you in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
There's another use for a water bottle. Look at there. Through it.
It's okay, I got all this. I don't need any help. And you just pour the water in.
I think that's enough.
I would only fill it.
No.
Maybe a little bit more.
You don't even need it that high.
I'd fill it up about this high. Okay? And then you can leave it alone. Leave it alone. It's self-watering.
And with an aloe plant, even more so, it'll take a long time.
It'll take a long time to do
because they don't need a whole lot.
And you don't lose a lot to the evaporation because it kind of seals it right around here.
Mm-hmm.
So, our challenge to you is make one. Make one, put it on the social medias that we said. You may see this contraption again. And your name will go on a hat. Everybody that submits a picture of theirs. And
God, that was a cough and a burp. All it was. That hurt. Sorry.
For the challenge, can we use seeds and not plants? You know that's how it's always her.
Mm-hmm.
Wants to throw some stuff in the monkey wrench and everything.
Well, we did seeds too. That's what I did at my
But how are we gonna know you plant anything?
The plant we're growing in it.
I missed him. I really did.
I don't know if I should put that on the internet.
I really, really missed him.
We really have. We gotta get back over that way.
Yeah, the birthday via Facebook chat was fun, but it wasn't.
It just wasn't the same.
Okay, so I don't care. You put seeds in it. Just tell us what you planted, and we want to see updates then later on too. If you're doing it by seeds, we want to see updates. But that's not going to stop you from getting your name in the hat. Okay? And then start utilizing this. Get friends. Get everybody else to start doing this too. And we'll start a movement of self-watering containers with 2-liter bottles. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. She's going to spill it. And then it's going to be my fault. Put it on the floor.
No, I know what my children do when I put stuff on the floor.
Well, the only other thing you can do is put cardboard down or a piece
I was thinking that, but I don't even see that.
What did you just walk past?
I'm not going to tear those up. I mean, use them.
Okay, so that's the challenge. We know where we can put the pictures, right? And what are we going to give away as a gift?
I don't know.
No, that was your whole job. And one job this week.
That was not my job. What
Yes,
are you talking about? No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
You want to give away a soap with a scrubby?
I guess I could. Whoa.
Focus.
I want some of that.
The next person that sends her a text message will get put in timeout.
I love you. I don't know. What do you want to... I mean, yeah, we could do a soap with a scrubby, I guess.
You going to seriously leave it up to me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, for the very first giveaway.
Give away Jason's hat.
Not going to happen. It will be one of our soaps that Robin made, one of her lip balms, and the soap will be in one of her scrubbies. That's what you're going for. Okay. Now, if you're a producer and you send us a card, like M.I. Gardner's already going to be in it,
Give away non-cancerous.
and Ricky Wallace is already going to be in it. Bam! You want your business card in that box. We need the card.
Okay, Two Family. Question/favor to ask.
Shoot. Give it to us, Two Family. Give it to us.
Were you able to, you weren't able to cover everything yet, have you?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Do you got my card? No, we don't have your card.
Who said that?
Daniel.
Nope. You don't have a card. If you do, you ain't never gave it to me. Gave me everything else. Headache, the flu.
A producer of what? I sell Lawn Boy mowers and I have a card.
Send it. Okay, while we're waiting on two...
No, you don't. Stop. Yes, I do. Joel Salatin will be our guest next Monday night. Can you be there?
Yes. Yeah, I should be able to be there. Why?
I never gave you the flu.
Oh, yeah, you did. You gave Robin the flu.
That sounds really bad. Fanboy. Okay, so we got about 10 minutes left.
Later, cockeyed. Okay, so for our book review this week.
Night winner.
Oh, fine, winner. Just don't stick around to the end. Just leave when you want to.
Yes, you can make a video. Sorry, Kitty. I saw it.
Yes, Kitty. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, the mug. It's still out in the car. Wait, I mean, we're not...
Let go of the mug. Forget about the mug. I'm
well,
not drinking out of it
Antonio was expecting
tonight. I'm not drinking out of it tonight.
Well, that's maybe tomorrow night.
Maybe tomorrow night. Forget about the mug. I don't know if I want to share that mug with the rest of the world. That's my mug.
She said, I'm sorry. I've got minions. I got to get to bed.
I don't want to hear it. Two Family, we need to get up because you said that you were going to have us on your show in February. We never heard anything. Just saying, feelings are hurt. Okay, I'm over it. Yeah, you're funny. All right, my book, and I just got done reading this book about a week or two ago. And here come all the jokes about me reading, but yes, I can, not only do I eat crayons as a United States Marine, I can read. My book that I am reviewing was The Self-Sufficient Home. Okay? And it's by Nancy Hoffman. Now, there's a lot of stuff in this book that 90% of us already know. But there's some cool things that go along with, like how when she talks about the raising the chickens, and it doesn't have all pictures. Smarty pants.
What
Okay?
I think is hilarious is that you feel like you have to justify.
I know, right?
Unless your poop was a rainbow of colors.
Now, this book, we got it at, for those of you in the South Carolina, North Carolina, Greenville area, we got this book at Mr. K's. And I think, what I pay? $5 for it? Mm-hmm. And that's a used bookstore. I love used bookstores.
And it's not a chain. It's not like Second and Charles or something like that. This is actually, it's a local, I don't want to say franchise because they have like two or three locations, but they're all within that area.
So it has, one of the things that I really enjoyed in this book was the renewable energy section on this. Very good to go. Now it does have a little bit of a prepping section in the back, and that's, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, but a lot of that stuff we already know, unless you're like a pooper scooper and you need a refresher course.
Oh no, you did not.
I didn't go there. I got another comment about me reading. But it's a very good book. I highly recommend it. We put a link in the description. I think brand new. I think it's like $14. I think it was on Amazon. Well worth it. I mean, even if, you know, look, we've been in this game, what, a decade?
At least.
You know, we've been married. We've known each other for 14. We've been married for 13. So we started this adventure, what, our second year of marriage. So we've been walking down this road of
almost 12 years.
Almost 12 years.
Because
and there was stuff
Carol's 12.
There was stuff in this book that I learned. So, The Self-Sufficient Home by Nancy Hoffman. Go get it. Your turn.
Go eat some more crayons.
I read. What he said. Your turn. Quit trying to instigate.
I'm not instigating. He's doing a great job all by himself. But look, you can tell that I used this book because I got notes in it. No Melaleuca for cats.
April 23rd and April 30th are available. Okay, let's maybe chat on Skype after we're done. I gotta look at those. Are those Mondays? I think those are Mondays. If they're Mondays, we can do either one. But if they're a Saturday, I'm gonna be working.
April 23rd is a Monday.
Okay. You want to do April 23rd?
Sure.
Put us down for April 23rd, to family. Whoop, whoop. You're going to be on the
what time? I missed that part. 7, 8, 9, 11, 15, 24.
Do your book review.
I was just going to put it on here. Okay, so I'm obviously more into, I mean, I do read the books about the animals and all of that stuff, but right now I'm trying to do all of the, I'm trying to do as much research as I can about essential oils, and so anytime I can get, everybody knows I have my 2 books that I use religiously, but this book we picked up, again, this was at a used, or no, this wasn't used. We bought this at Barnes & Noble on one of Jason's many trips to the VA when we went to have his fancy coffee. And this was on the, on one of those racks where everything's marked down or whatever. And it's it's called Essential Oils, Natural Remedies, and it's a complete A to Z reference of essential oils for health and healing. Let's see if I can do. There we go. The link is also in the description. Now, one thing I did find, when you look at this on Amazon and you click on it, it says like $50-something. If you click through and look, you can find it for about $12, $13 somewhere around
the
there.
link I put up, I think, was like 13 or 14.
There was when I clicked on it, it was like $53 used or something ridiculous. I don't know if my phone was just doing an early April Fool's joke on me or what, so. But anyway, so this book has helped me out a lot because there are some oils that people want to talk about that maybe doTERRA doesn't carry, or the general, but they still want to know some of the information based on some of those things. The other really cool thing about this one is there's a lot of natural remedies in here. So where in my other books you have like a very small section that you can look up, like headaches or seizures or whatever, this one, it goes a little bit more in depth. Like, here's something for diaper rash, cradle cap, chapped lips, burns, bites. I mean, just about everything. Spider bites, restless leg syndrome, rheumatoid arthritis. So there's all these different, the whole, the first half of the book is all of the natural remedies. And then the second half of the book is all of the different, so let me see if I can show you. So like the way that this is color coded, and you can probably see it, but there's two different colors. One color, this part right here, is the natural remedies, and then the back section of the book is all the different oils and the descriptions of like where they come from, the application methods, and then what the medicinal uses are of each one. So it's pretty cool. I really like it. It's slowly becoming my third reference book when I start doing all of my research. And mine has pictures. I gotta have pictures.
Not touching that one.
Okay, so let's see. Yes, it does have oils for pests like mice and termites.
Does it have oils for pests like
mice? Oh, they're talking about April Fools. Does it have oils for pests like mice and termites? The only thing that I've heard about for mice is peppermint. As far as termites go, I'm not sure about that one. Maybe Arbor Vitae, maybe? Mm-hmm. But I would have to look that one up. I would think, I don't know, I'd have to look that one up. Because again, the thing is that cat liver, it's not on our channel. We took our address off our channel, didn't we?
I think so.
So you can email us at bigbearfarms@hotmail.com, and we'll give you our address privately. And that way we don't have to like just post it all over the internet.
Okay, speaking of rats and termites, that's a good way to segue into the trap of the week.
Yes.
Now, this week's trap of the week is none other than dun dun dun, the T-Rex rat trap. Mm-hmm. Not the mouse trap, but the rat trap.
The big daddy.
The big Papa Pimp.
And I will tell you, I was skeptical because they're made out of plastic. I was skeptical about just how much lethal power these things had until the first time we used them on flying squirrels when we had a trapping job.
We didn't use them on flying squirrels. There was roof rats.
We accidentally caught some flying squirrels.
I'm sorry, the Department of Natural Resources game warden dude. My wife don't know what she's talking about.
We accidentally, it wasn't the target catch. We were trying to get rats. Stop talking. But anyway.
Now.
We know that a mousetrap's a wetback, Jason.
Now. That was a funny live show. Woo, that was fun. Now,
the funniest part was I fell asleep and slept through the whole thing.
Now, you guys have seen this rat trap in action over there at Pratt Family. Mm-hmm. it put a whooping on his rat and mouse infestation that he had in his barn. He was ecstatic about this trap.
How effective, yep.
Yeah, how effective it was, how easy it was to set. This rat trap is very easy, okay? You know how on your old wooden ones you had to get the peanut butter and put it in that little tiny cup and try to get it all to balance right there? Well, you don't have to worry about that with these. On the bottom, see this right here?
Yes, it'll get a field rat, and I'll tell you from first-hand experience, we just saw it take out 2 field rats. That's what I was getting ready to say is we just had that happen in the last couple of weeks because they're starting to plow and get everything ready for the spring and summer here, and we had a couple run into the back end of our laundry room.
Here is your bait cup. This is where you would put your mixture of bait. Now, my suggestion for your bait mix is chunky peanut butter with vanilla extract. Bam. Okay? Then it just slides right back in there. Bam. Now, how do you set it? See this? This is a handle. You squeeze it.
You hear it click?
Trap is now set.
That's it.
Okay? Now look at this big, let me hold it right. See this big plate right here? Anywhere the rat steps on it,
it's going to release.
It's going to release it. Okay? And whammo.
And it does.
You got him.
It gets them.
Now, I'm going to, while you're talking, I'm going to look and see.
One of the comments we had, Suburban said, well, if I get one of these, Jason, will you come empty it for me, Jason? Here's the great thing about these. This is why I love these. I say these are the trap for a woman. And the reason why I say that is because when you catch said rat, and it's like this.
Oh, it's on a Google Drive.
All you have to do is
Can I get to a
open
Google
it
Drive
up. No. Open it up and drop it wherever you're going to drop it. You don't have to hold, you don't have to touch the rat ever. I mean, you grab the back end of it, you squeeze it and drop it into whatever you need to drop it, and you never even have to mess with it. So that's what I like.
I was gonna pull a picture up, but that Pratt family sent us some of the rats that they caught. Now they did a couple of live streams about these traps.
Why is that not setting?
Because you're not strong enough.
I am strong enough. What are you talking about? It should have just
right there. It is. Seriously, you're gonna set it and then put it by my elbow?
Nope.
You can go back and look at them. I think you've even put some of those pictures on our website, haven't you?
I don't think so.
Because there's a great one of Jenny holding the
and
trap
it's massive, and it's like this, and it's like hanging down.
Rat in it.
Yeah.
They are very good. So, trap of the week, the T-Rex rat trap. Now, for 1 week only, till next Saturday, we are offering a 10% discount on a dozen. We can't offer it on a single one. On a dozen. It has to be a dozen. The dozen goes for?
Normally $60.
$60.
So we're going to mark it down to $54.
So it'll be $54 per dozen.
Where do you get it? If you go to our website, bigbearhomestead.com/shop, if you go onto the shop, you'll see it. It's listed as weekly special or weekly trap special. Click on that specific one, and that one will be the 10% price. So,
just got your email. Two Family, thank you for sending that email.
But I don't need a dozen.
You would be surprised. And here's the thing, why I tell everybody, if you've seen one rat, you probably got about 10 to 20.
Hey, Bandana Grandma.
Rats reproduce very quickly. She can get pregnant 24 hours after she gives birth. When she gives birth anywhere from 10 to 20.
Ugh. Will they work on mice?
Yes, they will work on some mice, but we do have a mousetrap that we'll go get it because it's set over there. Made by the same company. It's a smaller version of this. Robin's
I was fixing to put my finger right in that thing. Woo-wee.
Here is the mousetrap. Now this works better for mice. If you got a mice problem, this is it. Now the difference is that, and the reason why we're not including the 10% discount with these guys is because we have to talk to our supplier to see what's right now. They come in a case of 24. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of mouse traps. Mm-hmm. These things are not like the wooden ones. They last for a long time. I think we've had had this rat trap here, this particular one. We've probably had it.
All right, Ricky.
6 or 7 years.
Well, and the thing with these is that, you know, with the wooden ones, I've seen people just grab them and toss them.
Yeah.
The wooden ones are like, they catch the rat and they're like,
they throw it away.
I'm done. This one you don't have to do that.
And you literally just take them over to the trash can, hold it upside down, open it up. You may have to shake it a little bit, and boop, he falls right out.
So each one of the rat traps, they're $5 a piece. Mm-hmm. So if you do just want one, then it would be $5
plus shipping.
The
mouse traps are.
Hold on, I'm looking. I can never remember these. I want to say they're like. How did we change those to? I thought we changed that. They're $2 a piece.
These are $2 a piece. Okay. And again, they have the bait cup also. See, we even got some bait in it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the other cool thing. You know, with a wood trap, one, it's hard as heck to put bait on that little bitty lever for them. Two, with this, they never make it to the bait cup. They never get there. The way the trap is built.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
Anyone I've ever set,
I tried to get some, because I had, when we brought some stuff out here to the schoolhouse, we brought a mouse with us. Uh-huh. And he was crawling up around the back of my computer. Uh-huh. And so I set this right over there where Robin just got it from. And I set it to where I could film right through that hole right there. And he was reaching his head over it and getting to the bait cup. But the moment he put his paws on that big tongue,
ominous dominus,
he was done. So the special this week is on the rat trap and the rat trap only. 10% off of a dozen. Now, here's the kicker about these things. I'm betting if you live in weasel country and you have weasels coming in, there is a place right here in the back. You can see them. See those back 2 screws? You can secure this down to a piece of wood. Set it for your weasel. Come out, you hatch your weasel in the morning. You can also do the same thing with some mink, stuff like that. Normally that you would probably use like a 110 Conibear or the old wooden style mouse traps for. You can also use this puppy for. Good
question. And Nana Grandma says if we caught a baby snake on a sticky pad we put down in the basement for cave crickets, does that mean we have a bigger snake down there?
Not necessarily. There is a couple of snakes in North America that give live birth. The rattlesnake is one of them.
Brown snakes.
They, most of the time, the snake will lay her eggs and leave.
Another good question. What damage will it do to a dog?
Well, here's the thing. This trap right here, this big one, I've caught Apollo by his tongue. Because he wanted to get some of that peanut butter. Look, I love my dog. I never say he's smart.
He's not smart.
Caught him in the middle of the night because normally, normally if we have a mouse or a rat in the house, and we're going to set it out in places where he gets to, we set these at night, and usually he's behind a closed door. Mm-hmm. Well, that night he was supposed to be sleeping with Carol and Dessa. Carol got frustrated with him and kicked him out. And he went to said trap. I heard it go whack, and then I heard him shaking his head. He didn't make any noise. He was just shaking his head, beating the snot out of this on the walls. It finally came loose. I looked at him. He looked at me. He put his head down and walked right into my room and went to bed. There was no damage to his tongue or anything. Mm-hmm. These are not like your typical 550 or your 1.75 Victor foothold traps that could do damage to a paw. The most that I think that they could do is just, like with his tongue, these plastic teeth.
What about for a smaller dog?
Not really made to do any cutting. It's about crushing. Mm-hmm. The smaller, like rats and stuff, they're smaller. So
and their bone structure is not very different. Yeah.
Small dog. I mean, I don't know. I've never set them out to catch a dog with, but the plain fact of the matter is that their spring is taut. Can you catch them by the tongue? Yes, you can catch them by the tongue. I don't think it would hold on to their feet. But worst case scenario, it may, I don't think it would break any bones. On a small dog, maybe like a, what's that Taco Bell dog? The Chihuahua. Something with a small, thin legs.
Well, like Michelle's asking, she has all those little puppies. I would just not make it accessible to
I would just not make it accessible to them. Now, here's the thing. If you've got a lot of like baby puppies and stuff running around, mice and rats love to go in holes. Mm-hmm. Okay? So you set this in the back of a box. Cut said hole in the box.
Yeah, there you go. Cover with a milk crate or something.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they will go in there, no problem. Mm-hmm. Bam. It's the same thing. Use the same concept as you would like a weasel. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you can just set this in a box, hole in the front. Mm-hmm. Michelle, if you need me to, I'll build you some boxes. I'll build you some nice boxes out of some pine wood. Mm-hmm. Build it for you. Bam. Anybody else wants it? Let me know. I'll get you guys a price. We'll build the boxes.
Coyote problem around here and can't set a leg trap.
Yes, hire me. Hire me. No, I'm serious. Yeah. Because I've danced around domesticated dogs with catching coyote dogs, or mm-hmm. And coy dogs and stuff like that. There's a special trap out there. It's a foothold trap, but it has rubber pads. Mm-hmm. Where if I do catch your German Shepherd, it's not going to do any damage.
It's not going to do any damage. And we know this for a fact because we've had to use them to catch other canines. And we caught somebody's dog because they weren't.
I'm always catching somebody's dog.
Because they weren't paying attention.
But what we would do, Michelle, is say, okay, I'm going to be in this area over here. Do your best to keep your dog out of that area. Mm-hmm. I stay in that area, and we work that area for a little while, and then we move over to the next area. You have a lot of land, so we would bounce it around a lot to get that done. All right, so we did our book review. Mm-hmm. We did our trap of the week.
Thank you.
We did our project.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about stuff going on. And we talked about some current event stuff. All right. So, let's do a little closing here. Don't forget, I think Friday was the last day to be able to get your discounted tickets.
Today.
Today is?
The 31st.
The
yeah.
31st?
Because it was all through March. So I shared that on Facebook earlier today, that today's the last day to get $15 off the tickets for the Homesteaders of America conference. Right.
Of America's conference. Speaking of the conference, we are doing a predator control on the Homestead class the Thursday before the conference up there. Like Josh is doing a blacksmithing class. Other people are doing wool classes, spinning, food stuff. Predator control on the Homestead is a very serious subject. It's one that nobody ever thinks about until they got dead chickens.
And then it's too late. Yeah.
Because by the time that you walk out and you have one dead chicken that next morning, you contact me. You order the traps. We get the traps prepared, ship them out. Your whole flock is gone. So that it's one of those things that it's a class nobody ever thinks about until it's too late. So this is us saying, if you're coming and you're thinking about taking a class, you may want to think about. This
might be one to think about.
Because you're going to be leaving there with a bunch of knowledge and a bag of traps.
Yeah, we're
not going to send you out back in there with all this knowledge
and no traps. So we talked about the class. Talked about that. Be watching our social media. Well, hold on. There was a question. Are we going to be doing this every week now?
Yes. Every Saturday we're going to do it. We're going to do the class or do the live show just like how we did tonight. It's going to be a regular thing. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. Let us know in the comments. Give us the thumbs up. Let us know in the comments if you enjoyed this new structure of a live stream, for lack of a better term. Be paying attention to our social media. Instagram, Twitter. Look, I am calling everybody out. If you have a Twitter account and you're not following us, you're wrong. I have 197 followers on Twitter, and it's driving me crazy. I want to reach 200.
I saw that. Yeah.
I want to reach 200.
See, and I'll be the first to admit, I'm not a tweeter. I don't do the tweet. Even though my name is Robin. How ironic is that? Right? I should be a tweeter. Right. I should tweet.
But we want to grow our Twitter. We want to grow our Instagram. You got somebody thinking about doing homesteading? Get them in. She did not just ask, what's your Twitter?
Yes, she did.
I'll give you a guess.
Big Bear Homestead. Maybe. Anyway, I don't twerk. Yeah, I don't twerk either. You can be Tweeter D because he's already Tweeter dumb. I love him. He's awesome. Okay. Anyway.
I'm going to give him one of them special hot dogs. Give me a Frankfurter.
Okay, so anyway. Hashtag human hot dog. Okay. Anyway.
Follow us on Twitter.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram. If you're not in the Facebook, get on Facebook. Get on our Facebook group. Like our Facebook page. We are putting stuff out that we're not sharing anywhere else.
Right.
Plus, if you haven't read it yet, go to www.bigbearhomestead.com to read our blog. The blog will come out every Saturday or every Friday. When did you put it out?
Friday.
You put it out Friday morning?
Saturday. Friday.
We're shooting for the blog to come out every Saturday because I usually write it and then she rewrites it and changes it completely and then puts it out. Like with this one.
No, we're not on Steam It yet.
We are getting on Steam It. We are headed towards Steam It. Kitty's going to hook us up and help us out with that. We're going to be getting on Steam It. But definitely check out our blog. And in the future, really, really soon, podcast. A podcast is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're going to be talking about stuff in the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook, all these things. They're going to be on subjects and stuff that we're not going to be covering here. Same way with the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We may refer back to a video or something on the podcast, but it's going to be on a subject that we're not going to be covering here.
Right.
Okay? Now, the bad thing about the podcast is we're looking and trying to do our best to make it free. But if we can't, you will have to pay maybe $1 or $2 or something.
Whatever. We're not sure yet.
We're
We
not
got to
sure
figure
yet.
out what it's going to cost us.
We're looking into hosting right now. But that's it. Come back tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. 7 p.m. Eastern time. For Robin's Essential Oils class. You want to tell them what the oil's going to be, or you going to make them wait? Huh? You going to tell them? Going to tell them?
Mm-hmm.
Nope, she's not going to tell you. Okay, so 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Robin's Essential Oils class. She'll be sitting here. I'll be sitting there. It's going to be a role reversal.
Yep.
Okay?
Teresa Dean, podcasts are what's killing television news.
Everybody, happy Easter tomorrow. Remember, it's April Fool's. So, this is your time as a parent to get even. Like we
are not going to talk about it.
Get out. Get out. Get out.
Love you, Daddy. Happy Easter.
We're going to wake them up in the morning and send them out to the one pasture and say, okay, we hit a bunch of eggs. Find them. And we're going to let them search for about 15 to 30 minutes. And then we're going to be like, April Fools. And then bring them in the house and give them an Easter basket.
Teresa Dean says, I went into labor on April Fool's Day. She came 3 days later. Best April Fool's Day gift ever.
That was funny.
Anyway, so happy Easter to everybody. Easter. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Spend some time with your family. Yep. And we'll see you tomorrow.
And remember, be kind to one another. You never know what that person is going through. You never know. And a simple smile or a hey, how you doing could change everything. And if they snap at you and rip your head off, don't let it bother you. Let it be like water on a duck's back.
Put your Rain-X coat on.
Don't let it bother you. There's too much going on in the world today. Mm-hmm. Love one another. Remember, recycle, reuse, repurpose. Keep stuff out of the landfill. Give our wildlife a chance.
Mm-hmm.
How do you say our motto? How do you say it in Latin?
I don't
you
remember.
Took Latin.
Vulneratus non victus, I think. Something like that.
Wounded but never conquered. We love you guys, and we will see you tomorrow.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, everybody.